welcome to my messy corner. I had literally disappeared from the face of earth. But well, I'm back. I'm going to just do like a year in my life wrap up. Talk about all the things that has happened this year. A lot of exciting things has happened actually that I did not keep you guys updated. So I'm very excited to finally tell you all about this year since I could not show you, but okay, I'm going to still show you some footage of all the exciting things that has literally happened. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. This year was literally the hardest year of my life, also the most productive. I wouldn't say productive, but the most transformative. Look at this. I'm wearing one of my design, well, two of my designs, because it's the necklace and the earrings. These are called the teardrop earrings, and I don't know the name for this one yet. I literally made them yesterday, but yeah, they look so beautiful. I just love the pearls. I'm going for the pearl look. As you can see, I didn't make this, but the earrings and the necklace, I definitely made them. So yeah, let me keep you updated on what has been happening. I also have like some sort of a Q&A at the end of the video, so definitely watch until the end for that. So January, I learned how to sew, and this is my first sewing project ever. Can you believe that? The funny thing is that my mom taught me how to draw that pattern. I had been bugging her for months to teach me how to draw patterns, and she was not budging. So one day she was sick, and I know that is I'm such a horrible daughter for doing this, but I forced her. I was like, you know what, sick or not, today you are going to teach me how to draw the pattern. And I told myself, you are only going to teach me once, and after this I will do it myself. And that's what I did. She taught me how to draw the pattern. I sewed that dress on my own. I pretty much taught myself how to sew the dress, and I'm very excited on how it turned out. So from then on, I went on a sewing spree, and these are some of my outfits that I had made during that period. I was just going through this new thing. It was very exciting, and I had actually came back with fabrics from Bloemfontein, so I really definitely wanted to finish sewing with those fabrics. And lucky for me, my mom is a fashion designer and she has a lot of fabrics, so I didn't even have to worry about finances, because back then it was bad. Well, it's still bad right now, but you know, I was still starting out. So yeah. February, I started a blog website where I was writing blog articles on psychology and art, and I'm doing the worst thing, like this YouTube channel, on updating it. I think I need to update it, but the thing with writing is sometimes it's hard to get creative when you're feeling depressed, and that's how this whole year has been for me. So definitely next year I'll try my best to update the blog. April, I graduated. I was not excited about it. I was going through a lot mentally back then. I was so depressed. I even didn't want to go to the graduation, but once I got there, I saw my best friend for the first time in months. I have not seen her in so many months still, and it was very exciting. It was an exciting day, but after that, a lot happened that messed with me mentally. Like, it was bad. So late April, I did such an impulsive thing. I had been thinking a lot about starting a new Instagram account to showcase my work of art, you know, my sewings, the crocheting, the art, because I am a painter too. I make jewelry. So I wanted to have a separate account to be able to do that. I did not feel comfortable posting on my personal account, because I mean, sometimes I just want to post personal things, but I was so scared of starting over. Imagine having to start over with the following and all sorts engagement. So I was very nervous about that. But late April, one day I just said, let me just try this thing, and I did, and it grew so fast. In 3 months, I actually had made it to 1,000 followers, which I had never gotten to in any of my accounts. So I'm very happy about that. It was such an impulsive decision, and I'm so happy that I made it, because now I'm usually mostly active on my SMR account than my personal account. So it's fun that side. It's definitely fun that side. June, funny thing, I got a job. I was working for 2 weeks, and then a lot of things happened personally that made me leave the job. I did not make the decision to leave. the most painful and most fun experience of my life. I really loved the people there. Like, it was so amazing. When I came back to Venda in July, I was so broken. I was actually so broken. I was devastated. I was depressed. I didn't think I was gonna make it. August, something funny happened. I was just chilling, just trying to get on with life and pick my all the pieces together, and I then ended up getting into this program, which led me to decide to open my company, SMR by Kuti. So I had chosen the name for this brand earlier this year. It was hard for me to come up with the name that will include my love for art and designing and writing, all those things, and it was very hard. But my goal was that I wanted to tell the story with my clothes, and I wanted a name that will depict that. So eventually something just clicked in my head: story meets reality. Take the story and turn it into a reality. It kind of like includes all of my likes, my love for drawing, graphic designing, writing, and fashion designing. I could use all those skills in my brand, so I decided to name that, and eventually I was like, SMR. That is pretty much the abbreviation for the name. Later, it was SMR by Kuti. So when it came to registering the business, I was stuck on, do I go with SMR by Kuti or do I go with Story Meets Reality, which is straightforward and everybody can understand what it means. I eventually decided to go with SMR by Kuti because I feel like it would work fashion wise, and I would always just explain SMR by Kuti stands for Story Meets Reality, and I came up with the slogan, captivating story, fashionable twist, and I actually came up with this slogan earlier this year too. So everything was already ready. My biggest issue with this thing was that, am I going to be able to reserve the name? So when I registered it, I could not rest until they sent me an SMS telling me my name has been reserved. I have a company called SMR by Kuti. I was so excited, and the thing that made me so excited is that the night before I registered this company, I made a logo. I designed a logo. This is not a simple thing. I had been thinking about a logo since I came up with the name, and then just one day, the night before I registered it, I came up with that logo, and it was already written SMR by Kuti, as you can see. So it would have been heartbreaking for them to have not accepted my company name, because then I would have to come up with a new logo, and it's not an easy thing. So September, I finally launched my fashion brand, and it was the most exciting thing. My launch video went viral on Instagram, and oh, it was so amazing. It was literally so amazing. Later, a few weeks later, I launched my first jewelry line. And these are some of the jewelry that I came up with. And as you can see, now I'm working with pearls. Anyway, yeah, that was exciting. September was definitely exciting. The thing that worried me the most though, am I going to get customers? I never thought I would though. The first week I launched, I actually did not get a single customer. So I started worrying, do I just continue promoting it like there's not a single problem? And then I did. I got customers, you guys. It was amazing. Even now, when I get customers, I still do a happy dance. It's shocking that people would want to buy from me. And I know that my work is not perfect in my standards yet. But it's very amazing that I still have people who have so much faith in me where designing is content, because this is my big passion since I was a young kid. November, I believe, I launched my first fashion line. I had intended on launching a fashion collection, but I just didn't have time, and I felt I need to do things slowly so that I don't get overwhelmed. December, something insane happened. I managed to showcase my designs in a fashion show. How cool is that? Look at this. This is amazing. I was literally floored. The most exciting part is that I actually got to do that 3 months after I launched my brand. Like, my baby is growing, you know? And you know, I really struggled a lot mentally throughout this whole year. It was really bad. I feel like I've had the worst depression ever. I don't even know how I managed to push sometimes. Sometimes I had to work because I had customers. So I had to wake up every day and sew or make jewelry because there were people who were depending on me, the customers who were depending on me to get their things done. So I'm really happy that I at least had that because it was really hard. I struggled. I am still struggling. For me to even get up, get ready to film this video, it was not easy. Work-wise, I also struggled. Like, running a company is not easy. When I launched my jewelry line and then I launched my fashion line, now I had to juggle making jewelry with making clothes. So when I was marketing the business, I had to do my website. I was in charge of everything, commercial-wise, graphic design-wise, branding-wise, the logo. And I think that made it so much personal because I am a graphic designer. It's so nice to be able to be so involved in my company because I know what I want with the business, and it's so nice for that vision to come true. It's like the business story meets reality, seeing the story in your head come to reality. It's amazing. This is pretty much my year in a nutshell. I asked questions on Instagram, by the way, and I got just a few, but I'm going to be answering those. What keeps you going and motivated? If only you knew. Nothing. I struggle, you guys. I'm not motivated just because I am working on these things and I appeared as if I was motivated. I was doing the work does not mean I'm motivated. This year I didn't have motivation. I had very little motivation, but I knew I had to keep going. One way or another, nobody's gonna do my work for me. I have a company. If I decide that today I'm just gonna quit all of it and not work on it, which I've done some days, it means I'm putting my company behind. Nobody's gonna get up and do my work for me. So, depressed as I am, I have to get up and work. I have to put one step forward. I just have to do it. Even if I'm crawling, at least I'm moving forward. You know, I don't like the feeling of just being stuck in one place, which I had felt like that this year. And I would also advise you guys to not lean on motivation. Sometimes we don't have motivation, okay? Just keep going. What advice would you give to other creatives? And the funny thing is, I started this channel so that I could get other creatives to be motivated, regardless of me not being motivated the whole year. So my advice for other creatives is to just do it. You know, do what you have to do to keep going. I always told people, sometimes we can come up with a lot of excuses for ourselves. I can't start this art thing because I don't have this artistic tool that's needed. Make do. My biggest quote that I always say is to turn straw into gold. And this is kind of like something I came up with from the Rumpelstiltskin story. Like, turn something small into gold. You know, something that's just might not seem useful, turn it into gold. Make do with what you have. It does not matter if you don't have the fancy tool. Let me show you my sewing machine. This is my sewing machine. I want you to see. This is the plug. It looks like a phone plug. Oh, by the way, it also has like a battery thing. And this is the motor thing. This is the sewing machine that is doing all this. So yeah, just keep going because it does not matter whether you have the fancy tools. Those will come later. You just have to be creative with what you have. You are an artist for a reason. Let your passion ignite. Everything is started with passion, and I feel like it can take you far. Also, don't allow your brain to tell you you're not an artist because you are just starting out and you don't have the fancy art yet. If you know you love doing art and you've been doing it and it does not seem very artistic to you, it does not mean you are not an artist. Anyone can be talented, but that does not mean it will take you far. you can learn how to do art. Whether you're still drawing stick figures, you can learn to do portraits. The most amazing talent is the ability to want to learn and to keep doing it, because if you ever have that hunger to learn something, you will eventually learn to do it. Like me, I started sewing this year. This is my work. I always told everyone that my biggest talent is learning. I don't have a special talent, but I love learning, which means I can literally learn anything that I want. For instance, I've learned Chinese. I'm not gonna speak Chinese though. Also, don't forget to subscribe and comment. I'll see you in the next video.